Welcome back to my channel. It is Candace with the K here, where I normally talk books, beauty, and kicks. Today I am giving my review of In It to Win It by Sharon C. Cooper. If you have heard of this title, if you are interested in this title, it is linked down below in the description box. I'm going to give the brief synopsis and then I'll get into my detailed review. So I was given an advanced copy of this book, so it did take some delay of me posting this review. I finished it back in December, but here is the synopsis, okay? Two entrepreneurs compete for a property, but secure the biggest win of all, each other in this second chance romantic comedy by U.S. Today bestseller Sharon C. Cooper, okay? Spoiled, fickle, and flighty are only a few adjectives that have been used to describe Morgan Redford. She's never had to worry about money, but she's determined to build a career on her own and do something meaningful with her life by helping children who are aging out of the foster care system. She has her eyes on a property that a family friend is selling, which is perfect for these young adults to live in, but her competition is someone she never expected. When Los Angeles real estate developer Drake Faulkner learns that his eccentric mentor is selling property that is perfect for his portfolio, he jumps at the chance to buy it. But he soon learns the billionaire has other ideas. Buyers must compete in an Iron Man competition of sorts for the property. Drake refuses to play along with his ridiculous demand until he finds out Morgan, his ex, who left him years ago without a word, is one of the potential buyers. No way is he letting her, Little Miss Self-Absorbed, win the property he wants. Bitter, yes. Petty, probably. But as the gauntlet of games heats up and forces them to face the past, they are met with a pool that feels all too familiar. Now, if they could only keep their eyes on the prize and off of each other, but who's to say they can't do both? Okay? Very well written synopsis, right? Gets you into it, gets you expecting it. But unfortunately, it kind of falls flat. And I gave this title just 3 stars. Let's talk about it. Now, from this point on in the video, there will be spoilers. So if you have not read the title and you want to take a look or a glance at the title, go ahead and do that and make sure you come on back because I'm about to spill. All right, you ready? Let's go. Second chance romance is kind of my thing, right? I really love a second chance romance comedy because rom-com is my thing. However, this one started off really strong and it kind of just fizzled out towards the end. And I think it has to do with, one, in my opinion, a lack of a true problem. So as the synopsis states, Morgan is kind of this Nepo baby, right? She comes from money. She's always had money. She's kind of been able to have the free range and free will to do as she pleases. And in college, she met Drake. And sidebar, his name being Drake kept reminding me of Drake the rapper. And while there's nothing wrong with Drake the rapper, having that image of Drake as I'm reading the name Drake just wasn't it for me. But anyway, so they meet in college and they had this budding collegiate romance. And then she kind of ghosted him because she was trying to find herself and who she was, and she escaped off to Europe. One, the privilege in doing just that. Like, how can you just leave college and head off to Europe? Like, okay. But then them coming back together was kind of odd in sorts in that they all want to compete for this property. One thing I liked is that we rarely talk about how foster kids are able to sustain once they're out of the system. I kind of appreciated that kind of spin on things and highlighting how the foster care system sometimes does fail the youth because once they're 18, they're kind of throwaways at that point. So I appreciated that. I do hope that there are organizations out here that do the work that Morgan is doing in this book because that is spectacular. Romance part of it was there, but like I said, I just don't think there was a true conflict. It had its moments. So we know that Drake lost both of his parents in a car crash. He was raising his twin siblings by himself. He reconnects with Morgan. There's no true resentment. Like, he tried to be mad, he tried to be upset with her. She was still able to weasel her way in. And I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because they each never got over one another. They both were still dying for one another's love. They knew that these were the potential soulmates. But there's no way on this green earth that a man could ghost me, that I'm in a relationship with, and he be able to come back and tell me anything that would allow me to revisit it. There's nothing he could say. That man would have to be talking to me through the Lord himself for me to even believe that he could come back. And then that kind of adds into my point that men are easy. But that's a whole nother thing. Rekindle, now they're in competition for this building. She is sick, which we learned that she's pregnant. So she doesn't do very well in this competition. And then that's kind of it. You know, like, I think the point of the book where we think that she's about to get flighty again could have gone down a good path, right? Like, here she is running away from the commitment once again. And Drake is the one fighting for her. Which I'm all for a man fighting for a woman. But let's reimagine if that would have taken place where the roles were reversed. Where now Drake is starting to get flighty and she has to fight for the love. I think that would have been a nice kicker and a nice twist that would have amplified their union even more to where they were both fighting for each other. Because there were some moments in the book where it did kind of feel one-sided. And this is very fictive romance, okay? This is like ideal state if I was in a fairy tale rom-com, okay? This can't happen in real life. I just wanted more from the romantic side. Nonetheless, it's a very well-written book. I think Sharon Cooper, I've not read any of her other work, but I think Sharon Cooper did a great job on kind of just laying the foundations here. And this is just me being overly critical. I did give it 3 stars because I don't feel like it did what I needed it to do. But it did just enough. And I kind of think this is what is expected of the genre. So it's okay. Please tell me if you plan on reading this book, if you're going to go pick it up. Let me know if you've read it, because I'm curious about your thoughts. While you are also down below in the description box, you can pick up your copy. You can also get your Go Read a Book merch, because we want to promote literacy around here. And make sure you hit that subscribe button. I will see you in my next video. Peace.